Hello everyone, today I'm doing a layout that's inspired by a grid. So excuse the dodgy camera angle and all the glare from the sunshine, but there's not much I can do about it. I'm very lazy when it comes to editing. I pulled out some photos that I quite like the look of. I've got three really small ones and two 4x6, one of which I decided not to use eventually. And constructing grid layout, it's quite simple. I could have cut the 4x6 down, but I did have these little 2x2 photos. The first thing I did, because I don't know what paper I want to use, I don't already have an idea, is run through my papers, pull out papers that look right tonally, maybe with a couple of the colours in there. When I did this, I didn't have like a direct idea. I just wanted papers that work, and this is very much a gut instinct process for me. So first things first, what am I going to do? I'm going to use this bronzed scribble paper as a background and the flowers in the foreground. So that's my basic setup. That's how I'm planning on doing things. But that 4x6 photo needs a backing. So I'm just going to take a strip of that paper and add that in. There we go. Now moving on to the next bit of the process. It's usually where I decide actually these 2x2 photos need a bit of a lift. They need something behind them or they fall into the background. So I'll have a think about it. I'll have a hunt around to see what I can find and how I want to back them. And in the meantime, I'm pulling out washi tape, pulling out bits of paper here and there, and embellishments just to give myself an idea and a bit of a feel for the rest of the layout, how I'm going to embellish it, what products I'm going to use. Are there any ones that I really want to use? Is there a title in there that might work? And it's just a process of getting these bits out, sticking them next to the page and seeing if they work. Again, very much a gut instinct process, just looking through and having a go. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. I can always put it back. I can always hide it, or do something else with it. Now that's 6x4. I'm going to make the cardstock go a bit further, and I'm going to gut the inside and pop the photo over it. You're not going to see the back of it, so there's no worries about this gaping hole in the middle, and get that stuck down. Taking off the branding strip, I'm then going to start positioning my grid, which is really what we're doing to build the layout itself. And as I've been mulling this over, not happy with the photos sitting into the background, so I've pulled out another bit of paper. Again, it's a similar paper collection, and it's just a bit extra. I'm going to use washi tape to create the grid itself, just to help segment it off. Also because I just like that segmented look, and it adds a bit of extra colour to it, a bit of pop. Now I'm going to start moving embellishments around. So I've got these hello seems to be a bit of a theme in this one. So I've got these hello ones which I'm going to position around, and then these houses. Now I know it's in a bathroom, but it's a home. There is connection there. There's too much white around these houses for my liking, so I'm going to cut that out. Just take the worst of the white edging off, no harm in that, and stick them down in that bottom corner. I do have this sentiment which I want to use, life is better with you, and I will wind up moving that around a lot. So initially I'll stick it down here, I'll stick it down there, and eventually I will settle, but you'll see me move that around a heck of a lot. Just trying different places because I know what to use it, I know it can work, I just don't know where and I don't know how. Now again, I'm moving around with this. You can see that that little sentiment is starting to kill, it's starting to suffer quite a lot. I'm creating little clusters as I go. I'm seeing things that work and going for it. That little white label that I've just created, that's not from anything. It's not linked in with any of these. And it didn't work with the sentiment, but it does work as a little pennant at the side. So we'll do that. Again, I'm going back to my embellishments and doing a bit of a raid. More so that I can try out different things. I've got a frame there that I'm going to move around and decide I don't like. And again, raiding back through, trying to get this sentiment to work. And this was the hardest bit with this entire process, was that sentiment. I knew I wanted to use it, I just didn't know how. So eventually, I backed it onto the paper that I've used for the small 2x2 photos, and that's where I went with it. It's just bringing the same thing in a different place. So the same paper, different place. And I'm also going to cut out some hearts from the same paper, and that means I can use these little hearts as an embellishment and have that paper all over the layout, because I like the idea of having hearts, but none of the heart embellishments I had would work. So we'll get those stuck down. Really quick, really simple to do. It is just punch bits of paper and dot them around. Now, I've got these little enamel hearts, which I'm also going to dot around, and then I will add a title, which I didn't record, but it's the bathroom supervisor, because that's what she was doing. She was supervising me in the bathroom. That's the final layout. I hope it inspired you to have a bit of a play with maybe some metallic papers, um, maybe some smaller photos, maybe working in the grid, and I hope you have some fun. Let me know what you think. Like the video, drop me a comment. Take care, have fun, and I will see you soon. Bye.